Howdy, my name is Astronomer, and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome! For today's topic, I wanted to talk about a passion project I'm currently working on called Dragons of Light. Before we get into the topic of this silly project, the background footage for this video is a time-lapse of pages I worked on for Chapter 4. This chapter is still currently in production, and I hope to have it done by the end of this year or early next year. With that out of the way, let's get started! What is Dragons of Light? Dragons of Light is a Kingdom Hearts AU that I'm currently working on. It is a draconian version of the Kingdom Hearts timeline, but with a twist. More on that later. The story follows three Crystallians named Akari Riri, Mizuki Yuzuna, and Haru Jiro, three prophesized heroes who lose their world, Crystallia, to darkness thanks to Erebus, a draconian who fell to darkness a long time ago. When they wake, they find themselves in the Land of Departure, a world Terra, the great dragon of Earth in this story, swore to protect after the events of Kingdom Hearts 3. The crystalline trio and Terra must work together to fulfill an incomplete prophecy and stop Erebus, traveling to different worlds to fight evil draconians and make new friends along the way. There are different draconian types in this story: mages, hybrids, keepers, great dragons, and lastly, legendaries. Draconian mages are humans who are able to wield draconian magic and are able to read and understand ancient draconian texts and languages. However, because they wield draconian magic, during the beginning of their training, it takes up a lot of energy. Unlike the rest of the draconian types, draconian mages can wield various elements, but often choose to wield one main draconian element to follow the status quo. Hybrids are what the name suggests. They are the offspring of a human parent, a dragon parent, and that's it. They inherit the element of the dragon parent, but have a fraction of their power. They are mortal compared to their pure-blooded counterparts, but are more efficient in either strength or magic compared to their human peers. When angered, the rest of their draconian traits such as wings and horns appear, and their stats are temporarily increased until they tire themselves out. They do not have glamour forms and cannot ascend to legendary status. Keepers are dragons who follow the European dragon model when in dragon form, and have two glamour forms. One is a complete human disguise, and the other is a mix of their human disguise and their dragon forms. Keepers, great dragons, and legendaries all have two glamour forms. Keepers can wield only one element, and keep a close eye on whatever their element is. They're the first line of defense if something goes awry in their respective realms. This draconian type can be ascended to legendary status under the right circumstances. Great dragons, on the other hand, are dragons who follow the Asian dragon model when in dragon form. They are more powerful than keepers, thus much more proficient in wielding their respective element. It is common for a great dragon, legendary dragon, and a keeper to wield the same element. This type can also be ascended to the legendary status under the right circumstances. Lastly, legendaries are the most powerful type of draconian besides the mother dragon herself. They can have either the keeper dragon form, the great dragon form, or a mix of both for their dragon forms. They are the most efficient in their respective element, and often have abilities that other dragons do not have. It is incredibly rare for the mother dragon to deem a keeper or great dragon worthy of ascension, and is almost unheard of to have a natural-born legendary considering their rarity. Alright, with that said, I guess y'all would like to have a summary of the story so far. So far, the only chapters I've posted are the prologue and chapters 1 through 3. Let's start with the prologue. It takes place 4 years after Kingdom Hearts 3, and it follows a young Akari post her incident with dark magic. She finds a slowly corrupting Terra in the middle of the forest of Crystallia, and he wants her to heal him, but because she believes she can't use magic anymore, despite wielding an angel aura quartz, she thinks that she cannot heal him, to which Terra says, "Hey, you don't know that unless you give it a try." To which she does try and is able to free Terra from his curse. Because of Akari's actions, Terra blesses her with protection and gives her his bracelet. 4 years later, in the events of Chapter 1, she still thinks that it's a dream, until she encounters the spirit of Ericus, the legendary Dragon of Light. Not like the Dragons of Light, the prophecy states, but that's his main draconian element. Ericus warns Akari in her station of waking that there is a villain who will likely destroy her home, and that she must find one of his pupils. When Akari wakes, she meets up with her best friends, Mizuki and Haru. However, they don't know that they're being stalked by Erebus. When they go to their little hideout, they are suddenly ambushed by Heartless. Once the Heartless are defeated, that's when Erebus makes himself known to the trio. And of course, the world falls to darkness, and Erebus thinks that they died. Towards the end of chapter 1, Akari wakes up and meets a hybrid named Flea. And of course, they eventually meet Terra. And that ends chapter 1. Sorry about that. This is half scripted, half unscripted. Anyways, let's continue. The summary for chapter 2 is this. When Akari and Terra meet up again, Terra takes Akari to find her friends who have awoken before her. Akari does find a tapestry that illustrates Terra and his friend's past, and she thinks that she brought up something that Terra didn't want to talk about, to which he reassures her, no, it's fine, you didn't do anything wrong, you were just curious and I've heard stories of that event. When the Crystalline Trio reunite, a new dragon makes himself known, Riku, the Keeper of Dreams. He couldn't find the Keeper of Destiny, nor did he check 3 key worlds, Vapora, Arcania, and lastly Twilight, Erebus' new realm. In order to see if the Crystalline Trio really are the prophesized heroes, Terra and Riku test their skills in a spar, to which the Crystalline Trio barely wins. And that's all I have for chapter 2. If I find links to where I posted the chapters again, they will be in the description below. And lastly, chapter 3, Monstropolis. This one's fairly straightforward. After finally succeeding their worth and show that they are the prophesized heroes, our heroes go to Monstropolis, the very first world that they go to. However, things are very chaotic as Erebus and another Draconian has invaded the world and must help Sully and Mike go back to the Laugh Floor and defeat the Draconian, causing the chaos. And that's about it for that. I have plenty of time, so let's talk about the origins. Well, it's actually not quite that interesting. You see, there was one day where I was drawing Terra with markers, and I was listening to Purified Dragon, a song from the Breath of the Wild soundtrack, and thought, hey, what if Kingdom Hearts, but dragons? And I put it off for a little bit until my siblings suggested, hey, how about we have a comic contest? Whoever can write and draw out a full chapter wins. And I left them in the dust, and hence the prologue was born. And hence, Dragons of Light came into existence. My current plans for Dragon of Light, now that we've covered the origin story of it, I plan to have maybe less than 30 chapters, more or less, and I hope to have the story done before I work on other passion projects I want to work on. And that's about it so far. I hope to have chapter 4 and 5 done soon, and hopefully chapter 6 and 7 within 2023. Now, let's get on to the process, since this video has been going on for a while with the speed paint in the background. For other pages, or other chapters rather, I would always draw out a page, line it, and then color it, and that would take forever. For chapter 4, I'm doing something completely different. I decided to sketch and line each page first before I go straight to my favorite part, which is coloring, and my least favorite part, adding dialogue. I'm not very good with dialogue, but I hope to improve on that in the future. When I do get to the coloring phase, I will likely have a speed paint up for y'all. And that's pretty much it. I don't really have much planned for the AU other than the occasional ramblings about the characters and worlds that I create for the story, or just general Kingdom Hearts shenanigans. And I think that's just about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day. And if you feel so inclined, please subscribe and share this video with friends. It's really appreciated. Alright, I will get to it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night, or whatever time it is for y'all. And I will see y'all in the next one. See ya!